A very good afternoon, everybody. Nested try catch block in Java, which comes under exception handling. In our previous chapters, we have seen exception handling, try catch block, multiple catch blocks. Now we are going to look nested try catch block. That means try catch inside a try catch. When a try catch block present is in another try catch block, it is known as nested try catch block. Each time a try block does not have a catch handler for a particular exception, then the catch blocks of parent try block are inspected for that exception. If the match is found, that catch block executes. If neither catch block nor parent catch block handles exception, then the system generated message would be shown for the exception. Similar to what we see when we don't handle exception. Now let us see the syntax. As you can see on the screen, we have the main try catch block. In this we have another try catch. We have inside this try method, we have another try method. Now for this try method, we have a catch exception E2. Then we have another catch exception E1, catch of the parent try block. That means for every try method we have a catch. Now nested of try catch example, let us have a look to the nested of try catch example. This was the syntax. Now here we have deep two-level nesting, which means we have a try catch block inside a nested try block. Now to make it better understanding, I have given the names of each try catch block in comments like try block 2, try block 3, etc. This is how the structure is. Try block 3 is inside try block 2. Try block 2 is inside the main try block. Now you can say that main try block is a grandparent of try block 3. Just like in the syntax we have shown that. Now in the example we have nesting demo. Public static void main. We have the main try method. This we have try catch block 2. This one. Then inside this we have another try. Now you can see that in this we have an array 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am trying to display the value of an element which doesn't exist. The code should throw an exception. Now I am going to display array 10 which is not available. So this is out of bound exception. Now we are going to read it through arithmetic. Now since there is an error, it will go to the catch method. Catch arithmetic exception E. System.print system.out.print arithmetic exception. System.out.println handled in try catch block 3. Now apart from this, we have this was for the try block 3. This catch is for the try block 2nd. Now in this we have arithmetic exception. System.out.print arithmetic exception handled in try block 2. Then we have the catch method for try block first. Now in this we have catch arithmetic exception 3, system.out.print arithmetic exception, system.out.println handled in the main block. Now you can see that we have another array index out of bound exception, which is actually the correct form of error which we have seen, because we were trying to handle the value which is not present in an array. Now the third part, we have an exception E5, system.out.print exception, system.out.println handled in the main exception. This is the base example which we are dealing it now. Now you can see that what we get in the output is array index out of exception handled in the main block. This is what is the main program, and we get the output as array index out of bound exception. Now as you can see that array index out of bound exception occurred in the grandchild try block 3. Now since try block 3 is not handling this exception, the control then gets transferred to the parent try block 2 and look for the catch handlers in try block 2. Since the try block 2 is also not handling that exception, the control goes transferred to the main grandparent, the try block, where it found the appropriate catch block exception. This is how the nesting structure works. That means this is why we are going to use. You can see that in the error we found in the third try block, which is throwing an error for out of boundary. Since the catch block for the third exception is not handling it, it is going to look for the second. Again it is going to look for the next one, but it is only going to catch by the main index array out of bound exception. This is why we are using it, the index nested of try block. Now let us have a look to the nested of try block 2. In this we have a try block, another try block. We have an error here, the second line, int b equals to 45 by 0, which is an arithmetic exception. In the next line, catch method that we are using it, arithmetic exception E1, exception E1. Then we have another try method, system.out.print inside block 2, int b 45 by 0, system.out.println catch array index out of bound exception, system.out.println just another statement. Then we have catch arithmetic exception 3, system.out.println arithmetic exception, system.out.println inside parent try catch block. Now in this we have catch exception, which is array index out of bound. Then we have system.out.println array index out of bound exception. Then we have system.out.println inside parent try catch block. Catch exception E5, system.out.println exception. Then we have exception E5, system.out.println exception, system.out.println inside parent try catch block. System.out.println next statement. Now you can see that when we execute it, we get the output inside block 1, exception E1, inside block 2, arithmetic exception, inside parent try catch block, next statement. This is another example that shows that how nested try catch block Now you can see that there are two try catch blocks inside the main try blocks body, in which I have marked as block 1 and block 2 in the example. Block 1 I have divided an integer by 0 and it caused an arithmetic exception. Since the catch block of block 1 is handling arithmetic exception E1 is displayed. In block 2, arithmetic exception occurred, but block 2 catch is only handling array index out of bound exception. So in this case, the control jump to the main try catch parent body and checks for arithmetic exception catch handler in parent catch block. Since catch of parent try block is handling this exception using generic exception handler that handles all exceptions, the message inside parent try catch block is displayed as output. Parent try catch block, no exception occurred here, so the next statement is displayed. The most important point to note here is that whatever the child block, the child catch blocks are not handling any exception. The jumps to the parent catch block. If the exception is not handled there as well, then the program will terminate abruptly, showing system generated message. Let us have a look to the program again. Now you can see that we have the main try block, then we have the try block. In this we are getting arithmetic exception. So in this block it is going to display exception E1. In the second try catch block we are again going to have arithmetic exception. Now in this it is going to display array index out of bound exception. Since this is not the correct form of exception, it will jump to this part, arithmetic exception 3. Now in this it is going to display arithmetic exception inside parent try catch block. Now catch array index out of bound exception has got nothing now, because since there is no such array found in the program that is being executed, these set of codes have been added extra, which will be removed now. Now this is how we are working. We work with the nested of try catch, and this is what we work. That means the correct form of error and the correct form of catching an exception is handled in the try block. In our next tutorial we are going to work with finally and throw keyword. We also have throw clause.